When did everybody decide that it was okay to say the R word again? Now, I know I probably look like some hippy dippy liberal with my septum ring and my colorful hair. And I do want to admit for the record that, especially in high school, I used to call everything the R word, right? That thing's R worded. You're an R word. I smoke until I'm R worded, right? And to be honest, when I was a kid, it genuinely didn't feel like that big of a deal. I remember very specifically in seventh grade, we had an assembly where a bunch of activists came into the school and explained why the R word is a slur, basically. And we were all like 11, 12 years old. It wasn't the Trump era yet. We generally felt bad, and then people stopped using it. And it's kind of weird because after that assembly, I really didn't hear people say it in regular life. So maybe you guys saw that assembly too or something. And I was kind of in the camp of like, I don't understand why we can't say it, because people that it's supposed to refer to, like the mentally disabled, like no one calls them that anymore, right? So in my mind, I was like, well, if nobody calls them that anymore, then can't we just reclaim the word to mean stupid? But now, like, again, the Trump era, like, you know, people in the Trump administration, people in the government just love throwing that word around. And I'm kind of being reminded as to why we had to like shelve it, because some people, usually men of lighter complexion, if you get what I'm saying, will not just call you R word. No, they'll instead infer that you have a low IQ and that you're somehow of inferior brain capacity. And again, I guess if you're just calling someone stupid, you could say that, but it's kind of breaching to the level of having like really weird racial connotations most of the time. Also, the people that call other people the R word are usually pretty R worded themselves, if you get what I'm saying, like both literally and figuratively. And look, sometimes it'll still slip out, okay? Like, you know, if I'm really frustrated or it's like a really crazy situation that just defies all human logic, maybe if I'm around the right people, I will call it R worded. And as much as we'd like to reform this word, it has a very dark history for a reason, right? Like it does injure people, honestly. I'm going to be injured if you don't like, share, and follow on this video. Making videos for you guys is my full-time job, or you can also support me personally by listening to my music. My new single, Walk With Me, is on all platforms.